Hello, beautiful mamas. As a working mom, sometimes I can really feel scattered, unorganized, or simply just rushing from one thing to another and all over the place. Finding time for myself and finding my sanity can almost feel like an impossible dream. Can you relate? Well, this is why I have created my free Mama's Guide to Creating Balance and Harmony as my gift to you. This guide contains my top 10 tips to creating balance and harmony in your life, as well as 3 beautiful trackers to help you get onto your journey in a fun and simple way. I have found by incorporating daily self-care routines and practices in my life for as little as 5 minutes a day, I am feeling more grounded, centered, and calm. By me tapping into my best version through these practices, I am also a better mom, a better partner, and a better colleague. Well, really, just a better human being in all the ways. So, if this sounds like something that you would like to explore, click on the link in the show notes below and download your free guide today.
We were all born with the innate power of knowing and wisdom within us. The challenge for many of us is that we were taught to seek answers externally instead of searching from within. And this is the reason why so many of us find ourselves going around in circles, searching for new ways, but could never find the way. The womanly way. It's not the way. It's not my way. But it is a pathway to support all of us returning back to self, reconnect with our inner wisdom through loving ourselves, knowing ourselves, and reconnecting with ourselves.
Tell me and be honest. Tell me should I've known.
So we can start to find our own way as modern day women. Are you interested? Well, sit back, relax, and welcome to this amazing journey.
Hello. Welcome to this episode of the Womanly Way podcast. I am your host, Lala Angela Wang. Wow. I think this episode, I'm quite inspired by this topic, and I'm quite inspired by how easy it is, the technique that I'm going to show you, and I'm quite inspired by how I'm already feeling that's changing my life, and how I love synchronicity, and there's so much synchronicity in my life right now. It's so funny and it's not funny. Okay, so as per usual, I pulled a card to help me further expand what we want to talk about today. And today I'm using the Wild Kuan Yin Oracle, which is still one of my favorite. And the card that we pulled out is card number 28, which is also really interesting because 2 plus 8 is actually 10, which is number 1, which is new beginning, right? And the name of the card is Sister of the Spring Swallow, Good Fortune Granted. Without even really looking at the explanation, I just know that it's so aligned, because when you retune your frequency, when you retune your vibration, something new is always going to come through, whether it's good, always, whether it's a good thing or a bad thing, depending on your vibration, right? So I'm just going to quickly read the summary of this card. And then, as per usual, if you want to read into it, go to my Instagram and you'll have the card and the details there. So number 28, Sisters of the Spring Swallow, Good Fortune Granted. It is time for new light and new life to flourish. Springtime is upon you now. This is a sign of hope, a new life, and fresh start. What has been cut back is now going to spring forth into life as you move into the springtime of your soul. There shall be much joy, energy, and life returning to you. Now, if you're in the Southern Hemisphere, you might be like, well, this card is a bit of a BS because we're in the middle of winter. But the truth is, spiritual springs are very different to actual seasons. They are linked in some ways, but they're not always linked, right? For me, I also believe sometimes when we get readings like this, cards and whatnot, it's not saying it's right now. It's coming, right? And if you look at now, we're in July now. Generally, spring in Sydney is quite early, I would say. End of August is generally, you start to see signs of spring. So it's not that far away. It really isn't that far away. And so if you look at today's topic, I really want to talk about how a really simple shift, an exercise can shift your energy. But before I do that, before I run you through the exercise, I really want to talk about, the concept of frequency and vibration. So everything in life has got a frequency because we all have a vibration, right? Like your furniture, they've got a lower vibration because they're quite dense, which means, in terms of imagine it like a sound wave, it's not going to go, it's not a high pitch vibration. It's a very slow vibration compared to light has a very high vibration, and emotions are the same. Every emotion has got a either a high vibration or low vibration. Low vibrations are generally denser emotions like anger, sadness, fear, hurt, guilt. Higher vibrations are things like joy, enlightenment, contribution, gratitude. Now, when I first started personal development, I thought all I wanted is to tap into the high vibrations. But what I did not understand was without the lows, we will never experience the high. It's like when you are in complete darkness, you see nothing. And when you're in complete light, you also see nothing. It's when you have that light and shadow, when you have the black and white, you then notice not only the two colors, but all the other spectrums of colors in between. And life is the same. Emotions are the same. Without anger, you cannot feel happiness. Or without sadness, you can't feel happiness. Right? So, the law of polarity is that we are always living in polarity because the two ends of the spectrum brings out everything in between. But at the same time, if you always live in one end of the spectrum, then you will be in a low vibration frequency because you're either accepting one end of the spectrum and rejecting the other, or vice versa, right? Where it's like the Buddhist theory, neutrality is the best way of living because you are seeing both ends and you're accepting they just are. Nothing's good or bad, they just are. They just are what they are. And when you can reach that place of neutrality, that's when your vibration is vibrating at its highest. And that's how you tap into joy, right? Because then everything just is. That's how you tap into peace, and peace is linked to joy. Because it just, that I think that's the only sound I can use to describe pure joy. It's not overly joyful, which is kind of like pretentious. It's almost like your ego is trying to portray that joy. And it's not anger, or it's not passive aggressive, right? It just is. And I truly, truly believe all of our natural state of being is joy. And that's why I started this free community called the Joy Love Club, because I truly, truly, truly believe every human being on this planet, if we really drill down to what we're looking for, we're all seeking joy and love. That's why we're here. So let's go back to vibration and frequency. When we have a negative thought about something, we create negative vibration and negative frequency. And those negative vibrations and frequency can deposit themselves into our body. And over a period of time, they actually create physical diseases. If we can't get rid of them through emotional means, then they become physical ailments until we can deal with them. And that's why I truly believe a lot of the autoimmune diseases and a lot of the sickness that we get these days, they're not purely just because there's a cold or there's a flu around. There's a lot of negative energies, vibrations, and frequencies and emotions that's unprocessed and stored in the body. Hence, some people get sick more and some people get sick less. Now, this method that I heard the other day, I thought it was really useful, and I'm actually expanding it a little bit further. It's actually from a channeling from the Ascended Master Saint Germain. And he said, basically, if you have an illness, write the illness on a piece of paper, hold it in your right hand, and essentially silently affirm and meditate on it to say that, you're ready to release this disease and transmute it with love. And seeing this energy leaving your body and transmute it to love. I'm going to take it one step further, right? I'm going to ask you to, whenever you're feeling upset, whenever you're feeling negative, wherever you have a negative feelings towards somebody else, where you're like, I really can't process this. This is too hard. I really want you to tap into the energy of receiving gratitude first, and then surrendering, letting it go. Because surrendering is like, I can't deal with this, and I'm surrender it to God, source, universe, angels, ancestors, to believing that through my own energy and with the support of my guides, I can actually transmute this. I don't need any extra external forces, medication and whatnot. I can transmute this. Right? So for example, I am currently holding grudges about a certain person. And even just thinking about their actions makes me really angry. So I'm just going to write down, I am angry at so-and-so because I feel like they are so-and-so. Write on that piece of paper, and then I'm going to put that piece of paper on my right hand. The first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to put my left hand in my heart, on my heart chakra, on my heart. And I'm going to say, just imagine your heart opening, right? Or imagining it's like a lotus flower opening. But as you're opening up, it's saying, I am open to receive love and light. And think of things that you're grateful for. Now, gratitude, once again, I've said it before and I'm going to say it again. If you're not grateful about something, I'm not going to say I'm grateful for this person, but I can think of other things that I'm grateful for and tap into the energy of gratitude, right? And I'm grateful for whatever lesson that's about to come through because I know I'm going to grow from it. And then I want you to open up your left hand as well. So energetically, our left hand is the hand of receiving. Our right hand is the hand of giving, right? So what I want you to imagine is your left hand is receiving all these divine light and guidance, love and joy. And it's going to come through your left hand. It's going to pass through your body, through your heart space, right? This love and light is going to enhance. And I want you to see it from your heart space. It gets spread all over your entire body, your entire chakra system, and then expand to a meter all the way around you, above you, below you. So essentially you're in this orb of light, of love, of joy. Now I want you to focus on this piece of paper on your right hand. With all this energy, I want you to say, I'm now open to receive love and light. I'm now sending this negativity on this piece of paper and transmuting it to unconditional love. And I want you to just, in your mind's eye, in your imagination, either seeing the piece of paper dissolving in your hand energetically, or seeing it being sent away. You know, sometimes I imagine like a bird flying out of my palm, or a butterfly, something flying out of my palm, far, far away. Just sending it away. With love, with light, with gratitude. Thank you for all the lessons. I don't need this now. It no longer serves me. I'm sending it away and transmuting it to unconditional love. You may have to repeat this a couple of times. You may have to, keep moving it on. But essentially what it is you're telling your subconscious mind that you're no longer holding onto this negative energy. And your subconscious mind will then do the rest, essentially. Right? By tapping into the energy of gratitude, of love, of receiving, you are raising your own vibration as well. And when we raise our vibration, low energy, low frequency things no longer stick. Because it's not a vibrational match anymore. Like even if you're busy, right? You may not have to go through the whole process, but just imagining whatever negative emotion you are feeling and experiencing, or the person, right? You just imagine on your right hand, you've got a piece of paper, you've written the information, even though you may not have. Just by having that intention and sending that negative energy away, you'll find you feel so much better. And you look at things a lot differently. Quite often people say to me, my life sucks because I have all these people around me who are just negative and I don't like them, blah, 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 blah. But the truth is, we attract the environment around us. And if we're seeing the world from a negative lens, it's likely there's something negative within us that we're reflecting to our external world. So always starts with you. Always look at what is your internal landscape look like and what do you need to transmute into love, into joy, in order to make you a better person. So then therefore you're vibrating at a higher vibration so you can attract people of the same vibration. After all, like attracts like. People like to hang around people who are like them. So if you keep attracting negative people, perhaps you are a pretty negative person in some sense. Perhaps you're very negative towards yourself. Raise your vibration to match the kind of people you want to be around, so you can be around and attract those people. That's all I have for today. I hope you enjoyed today's episode. Feel free to write in and let me know how you go with this exercise. I'm so excited. It's definitely changed my life, and so I hope that it will change yours too. Love you all so, so, so much. I'll see you next time. Bye.